There we go.
Like it tells you your battery 89, but this one's 91.
Oh, right.
The difference.
Because I got to plug the USB and stuff. So.
Yeah, that's handy. It's another thing I don't have.
That sucks to be back from Florida though, with that nice weather.
I was looking at all this. I'm like, oh man, why?
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it. We're going at the end of the month, so I'm just gonna...
So you're driving to Buffalo, picking him up, and then driving down together, right?
Yeah, we're gonna cannonball it down.
Okay. And then your wife is gonna fly down.
She's flying down the next day on the Friday, so she's taking a late flight in, and I'm gonna. We should be there before she arrives, so because she's flying out in the evening, so we'll arrive at 9 p.m.
Okay.
On the Friday, and Raphael and I should be there kind of mid-afternoon too.
Yeah.
So.
So my drive, it took us 32 hours, like door to door.
Yeah.
But we stopped in St. Augustine for 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then we stopped another place for an hour while she did some shopping in Pittsburgh. So I mean, you take all that out, I used to do it in the gas cart, 26 to 28 hours.
Yeah. That's about
you
right.
take all those other variables out,
yeah.
Still in that timing.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
But again, that's
Ian did it from Montreal. Last year, Ian did it from Montreal, and he came down. He did it in 33 hours from Montreal, so that's even further.
Yeah.
He just cannonballed it down. And
by himself, driving?
Just by himself.
Yeah.
He's coming with his wife this time, but and he only slept for maybe 3 or 4 hours at one of the superchargers. He actually supercharged and noticed that literally across from the supercharger was a level 2. So he went over, and it was free.
Smart.
So he went over and plugged into the level 3 or the level 2, and yeah, I'm not getting any traction on today. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, she slips too much. With the summer tires, with the sticky, the sport pilots that come with this, thing's on rails. It feels so different from this car. This thing is all squishy and because of the high tread and stuff.
Do you have it? Yeah. Do you have it in sport steering?
No,
you have in comfort. Interesting.
No. And I don't have track mode turned on right now.
Okay. Well, track mode doesn't. It's not like it's launch mode, right? So.
No, it's for goofing around in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, traction controls all over the map.
Your butt end is like like a squirrel.
Yeah, she's squirrely. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part with this car is you need the summer tires on it, summer conditions, and then you can really feel it. This thing's got power like crazy. I was messing with my mirror again. My wife was messing with it.
Yeah. Then my wife puts it down like this in the sideways. I'm like, what are you doing? You need to see out the back, not to the back seats. Right? Like,
or people get in the car and they always wonder why my mirrors are so far out. I says, I don't need to look at my car. I need to see the traffic.
Yeah. Because
mine are set the proper way, which is
yeah. People have it where you can kind of see the butt end of the car, right? You mean?
Yeah. You don't want that.
Yeah.
What you want is be able to see. Like the thing is that when when I stop seeing the car out of my mirror, out of this mirror, he's already on this side.
He's on this side. Yeah.
Hi there. What can I get for you?
What size?
Double espresso, please.
Double espresso, like size.
Double. That's all you said.
Double espresso, and a medium double, and a blueberry muffin combo, please.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's all. Thanks.
Okay.
Cool. All right. No, it's okay, man. I got it. My wife is good to me with the gift card. She gets me car washes, and she gets me McDonald's coffee cards.
Yeah, because we did that bowling event, and one of the gifts I got for the guys was actually a gas card. But it's at Petro, so you can use it for
anything.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I use it as the goof gift. So it was a small panettone, but on the bottom I taped it. So the guy's like, "Oh, I got chocolate." It's in one of the Franklin's videos, actually. Yeah. And I'm like, "Flip it over, man. You're missing it." He's like, "Oh, gas cars." Like, "Oh, car washes." I'm like, "There, you get it."
Yeah, exactly. Car washes, man. They're the best.
Especially in the winter, you know. I have the whole kit to wash it at home. But in the winter, I don't want to freeze.
Well, my car lives outside, right?
Yeah.
Beer? So yeah, I can't wait to go to Florida so I can wash my car properly. I'll go to Cars and Cars. Whoa, that's tiny! Look at that.
You've never seen espresso?
Not that size.
No, that's what an espresso is.
Well, I know, But I'm used to buying like cappuccinos, right? Which is like
Yeah, you see it's espresso, and then you put the froth. This is just the coffee.
just the.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
That's why I said, I'm like, don't launch when I have this.
No, man. No.
Your white seats.
Today's-
Let's see how good your white seats are.
No. Stains are pretty good on here. By the way, if any of you in the States are looking at us and are judging us about the McDonald's coffee, trust me, the coffee in McDonald's in Canada is completely different than it is in the US. It is so much better. Matter of fact, if you've heard of the Tim Hortons brand up here, they're actually killing Tim Hortons, which has been a long time staple. Hey, slow down there, dude. So yeah, don't judge. Try it next time you're up here.
But remember, he's talking about coffee. The
Coffee.
espresso's another situation.
Wow. Italian fella talking about espressos. Huh?
Yeah,
What are you going on?
it's Starbucks because they make it. It's got to be acidic-y here. All it is basically for McDonald's is they make the coffee and give you the little bit. That's essentially what they do.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. 'Cause I don't normally get the espresso. I get a cappuccino.
So you know, I was looking at when you were showing the trunk of your car, and I was looking at underneath, and now they've closed it. Tesla's closed that back. So before
I don't
went,
have the hole in mine.
yeah, before I went to Florida, I actually put cardboard box, taped it up with some like heavy duty tape.
Okay.
And I've noticed actually a difference. My car feels warmer
Yeah?
than before. I don't know if it's a placebo effect or whatever, but
Well, I could understand some heat loss going into that area back there because it's
Yeah.
not insulated, obviously. I don't know why they did that. I mean, there's a lot of theories about that hole. Was it, for the sound system? But I tell you, the sound system in this car is the same as, it's the
yeah, you
premium.
got the
and
subwoof in the
I
back.
got it,
you
yeah.
got 7
And-
speakers, or no, 13.
13 or 14 speakers.
Yeah.
Makes no difference. Not at all. So I think it's, for a while there too, they were still cutting the hole in the cars, and then they put like a filler in there.
Yes.
And I guess they changed the dye, and now it's just completely filled. I'd like to be able to find a Tesla engineer and ask them. So what's the story behind that?
And I noticed too on mine, one of the original, like older 75 in, right?
Yeah.
Is the door seals. I get like a little bit air leakage. I can feel it sometimes in draft,
None on this one.
But yeah, so I don't feel anything on yours.
I've made it pretty clear many times before. My biggest pet peeve with Tesla is their crappy door seals. The Model S are junk. The Model X are better. Model 3 are kind of on par with Model X. But I did have that side replaced because they stick. They insist on using this lower grade 3M tape for everything. And on my Model X, I had like 2 door seals replaced. One of them was because it was came. The other one is because it came unstuck on the bottom of the door. Because they use this adhesive that's supposed to be 3M, but I don't think. Well, if it is 3M, they're not applying it with adhesion promoter at the factory, probably because of time.
Yeah.
And it came unstuck, so I had that replaced. Same thing with this car. And when the technician came out, the mobile technician, he put adhesion promoter on it, which is a very, it's a cleaning agent and stuff, and it's been perfect ever since.
Do it properly.
Yeah, it's been perfect ever since. But I'm Italian, man. My wife has a 2018 Volkswagen Golf TSI, like bottom of the barrel basic car. And let me tell you, the Germans know how to make door seals. That thing is, and it has double door seals on a car of that value.
Yeah.
So Tesla could learn a few things about door seals. They are improving, but they're a long way away from what I'm used to at least on the German car.
Well, I look at them as a car manufacturer last. They're software, tech, batteries, then the car making, designing.
True.
That's what I look at it.
That is true. However, when you're selling a car in this price range, that's not really an excuse as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
They really need to fix that. I mean, I'm not saying the door seals are not adequate. They do the job, but they could be better. And a car like this really should have double door seals. Speaking of which, I do have a double door seal kit that I bought, and I'm going to install it in Florida because it's warmer. I don't know if it's ground out here. But I definitely have that. And by the way, I also have a trunk liner. So you know how all the exposed metal?
Yep.
So I bought a trunk liner from eBay.
Oh yes, I think I saw one of your videos.
I'm going to put it on. I haven't put it on yet, but I'm going to do that when I'm in Florida. And I got to redo bits of my chrome delete kit here. It looks like cold.
Yeah, kind of.
The vinyl does not like the cold. It gets brittle.
Yeah.
So I have a few flawed pieces. I'm going to replace them.
The window here, I can feel it pulling up a bit. But this is nice. I like that.
Well, I just can't stand the gloss black. Franz, if you're listening, please drop the gloss black already.
I like it, but it gets dust. That's the only reason why I put this on the front, the kit.
Well, see, this is my third attempt at getting the white console, and this is actually a plastic pieces that stuck on, and I put PPF on it because Fabian left me some PPF for when he did my car. You wouldn't believe I get in people's cars and you see the gloss black and it's a fingerprint magnet. I just like start twitching.
Yeah, that's all. Like, okay, I gotta do it. Well, it's cool because we saw like the train tracks, the X's.
Yep.
If there's like stop on the road, like when we went at McDonald's,
yep,
that shows up.
Yeah.
So I got that all on video. It was actually pretty cool. And the lights are spontaneous. That's it's like
instantaneous.
Yeah,
very quick.
That's
cool.
Spontaneous.
No, that's okay. I know what you meant.
Makes for good video.
That's okay. We're gonna get plenty of comments. I don't know. What do we do? Get on the highway? Oh crap! I can't get on the highway here. I forgot. We're in the country.
And we're in your neighborhood. You know what? You should know these roads, right? Stouffville. Good old Stouffville.
Oh, we're entering Pleasantville because it's very pleasant here.
Oh, we're gonna go to Bear Oaks? No, we're going the other way.
We're going the other way. We're gonna go south.
Just in case he was wondering, Bear Oaks Naturist Park is basically where they bear it all.
It's a nudist colony.
Even in the winter.
Yes. The problem with nudist colonies, I'm sorry, we're going off on a tangent here, is that there's no beautiful people there. I'm sorry. What you see in the brochures. Why am I going down this road?
Yeah, I'm like...
Okay.
Wait, how did that come up the topic?
Sorry.
Because I was going to say, how did you know? But then you said brochure, and then I want to come back at you and say, well, why are you even looking at those brochures?
I might have run across a website at one time.
Right. Those pop-ups, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Honey, I don't know why they showed up.
No. We're not going to the nudist colony, I swear.
And now we're talking about whack-a-moles?
Whack-a-mole. Whack-a-mole. You know why my coffee's all messed up? They put 2 coffee covers.
Really?
There's 2 covers in here. No wonder it's messed up. Sorry, off tangent.
Those tree huggers.
Oh my gosh. I was wondering why I couldn't lift up my cover, and they put 2 lids in here.
He's not hearing me. Oh, autopilot.
Yes, thank you. Autopilot. Hands-free. Oh my god, it's really stuck on. Hey, slow down. Stupid thing. Uh-oh, light turning force to the steering wheel. Oh no,
that was a little too much.
That was too much.
You don't even know your own strength.
Oh yeah, it's Hulk smash. Every OCD Tesla owner has baby wipes in their car at all times, especially if you have the white interior.
Especially when he's telling me how to sit too. It's all the way back. Why don't you sit forward? I'm like, can I sit comfortably in your car the way I want to?
Mark, I'm just trying to make it comfortable.
I already used up 5%, eh? So you use the percentage. Yep. Rafa told me because of you, he's changed it. I still keep it to kilometers. I don't care. I don't get bothered by it. I want to know roughly if my distance is 200 kilometers to go, that I'm going to make it instead of this percentage. That's my process.
I don't worry about that because 2 things. Number 1, I'm in the habit of always using the nav system.
Yeah. And
then I use my energy graph when I'm on the trip to be able to judge whether I can go faster or not or whatever. So that helps. And honestly, I drive the car until it hits maybe 20, maybe 10% worth of charge. Then I worry about charging. I really don't worry about.
I charge overnight. Every night I plug in.
No, I do too at home.
Oh, okay. You meant when you're out and about.
Yeah, when I'm out and about, gotcha. I don't care. I just drive.
Yeah.
Part of the problem, though, is that, Tesla ships the cars set to miles or kilometers right from the factory. A lot of this problem would disappear. And when I say problem, I'm talking about people always worrying about the range. And, am I actually getting the rated range and stuff? Listen, it's just an EPA estimate, and it will change based on driving conditions, temperatures, and stuff. A lot of it would be fixed if they just switch the cars right to percentage right from the beginning. You treat it like a cell phone or even a gas car for that matter, because let's face it, gas cars only have a gas gauge that says empty, full, or half.
No, in my BMWs, I always had that same thing. I had an estimated range.
No, I'm saying that yes, a lot of the modern cars have an estimator built in.
Yes.
The gas gauge that you have on there is always
correct. Yeah.
So that's our gas
100,
gauge.
75, 50, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't see what's this whole hang up over the range. I mean, I get it. You bought a car, you want the range out of it, but I'm sorry, gas cars suffer from range loss too in the winter months.
Yeah.
And if you drive it like you stole it, you're not going to get the range either.
The other day, actually, when I got back from Florida.
Oh my God, this thing's not clicking on. Maybe that's why they gave me 2 covers.
Because they didn't give me a bet.
My poor
wow.
Pico jacket. No, this jacket's awesome.
At least mine, it blends in a bit.
Good thing I'm not wearing my new Tesla white jacket that I ordered.
Did you really? That white one?
Yeah, well, I bought one for my wife a couple of years ago for Christmas, and the
Nice.
white corporate jacket. You've seen the corporate jacket?
Yeah.
Everybody has it. They're really great. I have a black one, and I bought one for my wife, and I liked it so much. Hers is a medium, though, and it barely fits me. So, and they only made it for women, and the only difference, honestly, is the zippers on the
Yes,
other side. Like,
that's
who
the big
cares,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, you know what? The other day I decided, let's just go on eBay and see if I can find one. Sure enough, first hit I hit, women's extra large.
You're not an extra large.
I wear large, but
Okay.
women's extra large is cut a little smaller. And honestly, honestly, the corporate jackets I find, I wear a large typically, but my corporate jacket I have for Tesla is a medium. I think their cuts are sized a little differently. I don't know if
Especially the sleeves are very bad.
yeah, I don't know what it is, but I wear a medium, and it fits me perfectly. It fits me like a large any other jacket. I got me a white jacket finally. I don't have to keep stealing my wife's and looking like a big fat sausage. Like I'm a t-shirt guy. I wear t-shirts like 99% of the time. That's what I like. And never jeans, by the way. I know a lot of people are asking about the white seats all the time. Not a problem for me. I don't wear jeans. I wear chinos or whatever the case may be. So I
told me I wouldn't know where the dude's on.
No, it's
because I've already seen you with the wipes and everything.
You're good.
Surprised you didn't put anything under my butt.
Grandma has the plastic.
Down, yeah.
Like grandma has the plastic on her seats.
Oh,
on
my
the sofa?
grandparents, man. Wow.
Yeah, I had one of those too.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's just repeated, and it's always worse on the driver's side because you're in and out, in and out, in and out all the time.
Yeah,
That's
constantly rubbing and
it's on the bolster. That's where you really get the most of it.
Oh, you put the side no, don't let.
I have those in my
in.
Model X. Yeah, you know what? I
was looking
recommended
at
one of
them.
these for Christmas on the podcast one time, and I liked them so much. I put them in here.
That's where I got the idea from. Was
Keeps
from yours,
keeps the French fries out of the cracks and stuff. It's awesome.
You eat way too much junk food.
No, I don't actually. I just said that just for fun. I mean, I do partake once in a while, but no, I don't make a habit of it.
I have an espresso machine at home that gets
I have
my
one
fill.
too, and I make my wife the lattes, and I like the cappuccinos.
Nice.
I find espresso's too strong for me. That's just my
you
my
need to-
manjo can't keep it. Oh my god, it keeps spilling. This cover. No wonder they gave me two. It's spilling everywhere.
You know, they always say, right? Never blame the software, right? Blame the user. I think it's the same thing.
You know
with
what?
this
I keep telling the McDonald's guys when they put the covers on. You see the seam?
Yeah.
You should always put the cover with the hole on opposite side of the seam because that's where it leaks.
He's a coffee cup expert now.
I am an expert on these coffee cups, let me tell you. They are the best coffee cups ever.
Look out for Trevor's new channel, Coffee Cup Edition.
Reviews. Yes. Trevor's coffee cup reviews. Where's the other one on? Here. Oh,
Are you
man,
serious?
I just screwed it up.
I can't believe you just like.
This is going to make a good episode.
Dump
All of you are
everything.
laughing on YouTube right now. I know you are. I can judge. I can hear you. I can feel you judging me.
I'm not going to just put it anywhere in your car.
Slap it on top, man. Just
And then
put
it's
it back
going to
the way it
leak, and then you're going to. Look, it's got hair now.
was. Ugh.
That's not mine. Yeah,
coffee's
that's got
dead.
hair in
That
here.
coffee's dead to me.
Yeah, put that in there, your bag. On your
that on the
floor. You're complaining about coffee everywhere.
It's floor mats, man. My floor mats. They're awesome. Don't worry about it.
Which are Max Spider 3D, by the way. Little shameless plug for them.
Actually, my car's a mix. I have Max Spiders and I have the Tasmanians.
Oh, really?
I have a mix. Well, the fronts are the Max Spiders, and the front trunk and the trunk I've got the Tasmanian ones.
Oh, okay.
So it's a really
What was
nice.
that choice for? Reason? Any reason?
I like the look of these ones because and the fact that they're not slippery in the winter. You put your boots on it,
Yeah.
you're not slipping around. I like that because they're textured. That's just me. Use what you want.
Yeah.
What do you have in your car?
They're actually, somebody sent them to me. It's VIP Sumk, S-U-M-K. Can you say it right? I don't know.
Oh,
But they sent it to me to review. But it is that, I love the shape of it.
Yeah.
And they are deep.
yeah.
That video is going to come out soon.
Oh, okay.
But they do hold a lot of water. But it is that slippery. So at the first, when I put my feet here, it would slide down.
1975 calling, they want their phone back.
I'm sitting in the passenger seat of the white Model 3. Another white Model 3 Performance, dual motor.
Every option checked.
Yeah, every option. Well, I am at work. This is after hours.
After hours. 1976 is calling now.
Did you not just call me?
So, okay, are you guys making new family now?
making a new family. No.
You know, I'm gonna touch in Canada.
That's my wife. There you go. Someone's kissing someone's butt. Bye.
До свидания. You only know 2 Russian words.
Well, привет and до свидания.
Gurica.
Oh.
I love me some gurica. That's chicken.
That's kuritsa.
Gurica. Sorry, pronunciation, right?
But then you could also say groots.
Okay.
And that's what I like.
Oh, all right. It's content for the channel, right?
Yes.
Can't always be about, hey guys, I'm going to talk about something new today that you might be interested in. Sometimes you got to mix it up.
Well, you've seen mine. I think I've become more of a vlogger now.
I love the vlog style. The problem is that people don't watch them unless you're Casey Neistat. I love doing vlogs. I can get a lot more creative with the vlogs, I find. But people is like, oh, you're not talking about Tesla, I'm not interested. I'm like, oh, really, there's more to life than just Tesla.
Yeah, and that's why I mixed it in. I'm going down to meet Raphael, so I started from the trip, vlogging it to there and where the chargers are, then talked about the chargers. It's still a Tesla meetup, so I'm trying to keep that portion in there.
Yeah. What's going on here?
Tree cutting.
Yeah, they're cutting down some trees. He can't even hear me.
But you don't have, you have the noisemaker though, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did a video where I showed people how to disconnect it, but that was just an informational thing. It's not like I left it that way, so I actually plugged it right back in. But
to each their own. I mean, it's
well, the comments I get were like, "Oh, you're defeating the law," blah 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 blah. I'm like,
okay, then what about me? I don't have it, and I don't have to have it installed.
Exactly. You know. So I was like, "Hey, this is just informational." You know, I put a disclaimer in there. It says, "Hey, I'm not saying you should be doing this. It's up to you. You do what you want. It's your car."
Well, somebody said the same thing, like in the start of my video. You know, Margaret and I are like in the bed just waking up. I don't know if you
saw that. Yeah, I watched the video this morning.
Okay, and someone was like, "Oh, I thought I was watching a porn from a VHS style." I'm like, well, that's what, like the blanket fell off her leg. I cut that out, you know, just to not be that.
You were already awake, but she wasn't.
Yeah, she was actually asleep. So that's why I kept all that, right?
Yeah,
like it's
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you. Well, welcome to YouTube commenters. You get a few good ones, but most of them, they can be pretty nasty.
I think it was Franklin that said congratulations, and I'm like, about what? And he's like, that means you finally made it. Somebody's like bashing on you now instead of just the good comments. Like, oh, cool.
Yeah, you can imagine that it doesn't matter how many subscribers you get, you always get trolls, and they just don't seem to have anything better to do than making rude comments. And there's 3 people. There's, you know, always be complaining, always be bitching, or always be worrying. You know?
Yep.
So it's like, well, whatever. I got a really good block list if you want it. You work in the area?
I'm everywhere. Basically, I go to my customers.
I see.
I drive everywhere. I'm in sales, so it's I should roll over by tomorrow 95.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've had my car since September, so 9,000 kilometers. So I don't know.
Just a baby.
Well, Florida's going to put another $5,000 on it easily.
Yeah.
5,500.
That whole trip there back, all the driving around, I did 6,800. You said you were hungry. Did you want to grab some food?
Sure. Are you done for the day?
That was easy.
Are you done for the day?
No.
Where do you want to go?
I'm in your hometown. I got
gotta
it.
have
but
something you like.
I'm into everything. I gotta be clear how I say that again. I like all kinds of food.
Toronto's very much a foodie place, much like San Francisco is. If you watched our vlog when my wife and I went to San Francisco a couple of years ago, you'd think that all we did was eat. But no, it's just because there's a lot of really good food. And we like to try different things.
I would say we can use the Tesla, but I find it's a problem. It only goes geared mostly towards fast food places. You know, the I'm hungry?
Oh, the I'm hungry thing?
Yeah.
I tried that. It's just...
I did it down in Florida. We were in St. Augustine. I kept doing it, and it kept going like...
Popeyes?
See?
No, I don't want Popeyes.
That's what I mean. In my video that I'm working on, that's saying, and I want to make that suggestion that Elon, like, you know, we should have maybe a money or, you know, fast food or not fast food choice.
Oh, right, a setting in there.
Yeah, not too much into the settings, but just something simple.
Yeah, we need a Yelp built into the Tesla thing, you know?
Yeah, we were in St. Augustine, the oldest city of Florida, and that's all that was coming up. Wendy's, Burger King, I'm like,
my wife and I always try to make a point of finding other places to eat. Stuff off the beaten path. We like to try different things.
We should just ask Tesla, I think. Sorry, 3 at last.
3 at last. 3 at last. 3 at last.
3
3 at last. That was my friend Ian that came up with that name.
Really?
Yeah, well, because I was asking the boys.
Right?
Yeah, Pavelko, yeah.
Pavelko, sorry.
When I ordered the car, I started talking to the guys. I said, guys, I can't come up with a name for this thing. I can't. I mean, I have a name for the Roadster, which I'll reveal eventually. But, but this car, I just could not find a name for it. And Ian, Eric is pretty good with the puns. I mean, he's the one that usually comes up with the name for the podcast shows because he's on the money all the time, right?
Yeah.
And Ian comes up with some good ones too, but he just private messaged me, says, man, there is only one name you can call that car. It's 3 at last. And I went, holy shit.
Done.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
It was perfect. So thanks, Ian.
I know you did like the bacon strips, you did all these sorts of things.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried, and I did this, is my ass is cold?
No, I know it works.
Yeah.
You can use ass or butt or whatever. It's not the trigger word, it's just...
It figures it out.
Well, it's natural language, right? They're trying different things. The guys on the forum have been curating a list.
Yeah, with the phone app.
Well, at first it started with a Google spreadsheet, right? So one of the guys took it upon himself to start curating, all the found commands. So we've been putting all this stuff into the spreadsheet for like the longest time, and then one of the members decided, let's try, because he found this other website called Glide Apps, which is really cool, by the way. But you can use the Google spreadsheets as a database of sorts, so it ties into that, and then you can just kind of design the interface the way you want it, largely. So it's not actually a phone app; it's just a web view on the app, but it makes it look like a phone app.
Okay.
It works in the car, but it just shows you a picture of a phone, so it's not quite as usable. So you keep it on your phone. We're trying different ways. I mean, I know some people have been commenting, is there a multilingual version? The problem with the Google spreadsheet is that, the app itself is not multilingual, so there's no way to actually write a version of it. So we're trying to determine which way we're going to do. What we may end up doing, or what they may end up doing, because I'm only cursorily involved with this, is try to make multiple copies of the app and just point it at different versions of the spreadsheet. Like, we'll have everything all in one spreadsheet where people can crowdsource the translations.
Yeah.
Because the system can pull from whatever tabs you want. So we just put, English and German and French or whatever. And then they'll have whatever. So because it's crowdsourced, we can give access to people to do translations in it. And then probably what they'll do is just copy the project into different languages, whichever one you want. Tesla Voice EN or FR or whatever the case may be. And then you can load that up on your phone, and then now you have a reference.
I just find, though, by the time you're looking it up, you could have already pushed the buttons until you get
That's true,
right?
and there's something to be said for that. But the reason why I'm excited about it is that if there's no glossary, that even though the technology exists, if Tesla doesn't make it easy to use or try to do better with the language, people get frustrated and they'll forget about it and they just won't use it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And personally, I think that the voice commands are actually one of the best features they've added to the car.
100%.
And because legislation is coming down so hard for hands-free devices, like everybody has their phones in their hands,
let's be straight.
I'm not one of those people. I put my phone on there and I try to use voice commands as much as possible. If I need to take a phone call, I'll use the hands-free, but if I need to text or whatever, now we can text in the car, even though it's buggy. I'll pull over on the side of the road and stuff like that, because I don't want to go down that route. But I've said many times before, we're going to see a day where legislation is going to come down and say, that's it. No more buttons in any cars. All the manufacturers have to go to hands-free on literally everything, voice commands. So I think Tesla's ahead of the game with this.
Like a lot of other things.
Yeah, exactly. So you might as well get used to it. You might as well, learn it and stuff. So I think having a glossary and index of terms or something like this really helps people get the idea of how to use it. Long term, it may not be sustainable, but at least, you have something out there.
Well, it's always somebody, getting the car. How do I do this? How do I charge? What's the best way? What's the, I hear it all this time too. Like, how do you charge the car?
You know as well as I do, that's Tesla's fault, because, and I'm going to go on a rant here.
Let's do it.
Rant
in 3, 2,
One. It's great to love the product, and there's times when there's just like you just kind of like smack your forehead as far as what Tesla's doing a lot of times. I know the people that work in the areas in retail, they work super hard. Part of the problem though is that they have a lot of turnover, and they tend to hire younger people, and these people are typically not owners, so they don't know the cars inside out. Because there's always this push at the end of the quarter all the time to get these cars out, the poor people that are coming in that are not on social media, they're not on YouTube, they're not watching, you know, my videos or whoever's videos, doesn't matter, to learn about these cars inside out. I'm not saying everybody, but I know a vast majority of people are not. That they come in and they think that this is just, oh, I'm buying into the Tesla thing, but I know nothing about the car, and they're expecting that they're going to get handheld through the whole process. Now, there was a time when Tesla used to do this before Model 3 came out. S and X, they would take their time because deliveries are not into the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of cars, right? So now that they're pushing Model 3 out, they just don't have that time anymore. And unfortunately, being in the social media space and, you know, with the forum and Facebook and all these other things, that you get the same questions over and over again. The problem I have with Facebook is that it's not conducive to proper conversations. Everything is fleeting because it's there 1 minute and then it's gone the next, and people don't use the search function. So that's why you should be on the forum, because we have a search function that actually works. That's my subtle plug for Tesla owners online.
Oh, this is like with any company though. They all start off, you know, like food companies or anything else. When they're restaurants, they make the plates a certain way, they give you the service a certain way, but once they start getting bigger, that service changes. Because now they're not serving 20 people, you know, 5 people serving 20 people. Now it's 5 people serving 100 people. So a lot of things start going downhill. Same with Tesla.
Here we go.
You know, and I don't mean like saying like in a negative, saying that they've gone downhill, but also with your comment, you said not all the salespeople are owners. I know actually a lot that are owners.
Yeah.
And when I go in there, they're asking me questions.
Well, that's the thing.
Like,
I mean, we as
work
owners,
here.
I've taken, yeah, I know. And I've experienced that many times before, you know.
That's not a knock to anybody at Tesla. You know, I love you all the locations. I know everybody there.
Yeah. You know as well as I do, as an owner, we're more than happy to oblige, right? And talk to prospective new people, show them the ins and outs and stuff. But unfortunately, there's not enough of us during the day to be able to handle that because we got to work and stuff. So if anybody at Tesla is watching, please reach out to the community. We're a fantastic resource. It's owners clubs, it's groups, it's loosely knit people, owners, whatever. We're more than happy to oblige and work for free. So, you know, take advantage of that and reach out to owners to be able to help out with this situation until you figure out some kind of formula that is going to work better. And we know that they're always iterating, and they're going to fix this eventually. They'll find some kind of formula that works for them. And I've seen some improvements in a lot of different ways, especially with the logistics.
He'll work for free, but I work for espressos, and I know you guys have espressos machine, so
I'll work for coffee. Let me rephrase that. I will work for coffee.
One last thing too is in the US, they actually do that. A lot of owners I know go to the locations and they're welcomed in. I tried that here a lot, and they're just like, I feel like I'm in the way. Some guys appreciate it. Some of the sales guys like, oh, Mark is here, go ahead, chat with him. And then others are like, I'm a bother to them. It's not about my code. It's about getting people into the cars and knowing the product itself, and not getting into the car and going, oh, I crashed because autopilot didn't work for me, and then not teaching them, well, you should have your hands on the wheel, you should do this, you should do that. And don't use the autopilot features right away. Learn the car, learn the features of the car, play around with it.
My biggest things that I think people really need to learn, or where Tesla should focus on, is not so much the operation of the car. Charging and autopilot, focus on those things. Those are the things that people always ask about all the time. Autopilot, because it's a safety thing, you got to teach them how to use it properly. And charging is still a bit of a problem. I mean, I'm still running into people in these communities that don't live in separate homes. They live in apartments and condos, and charging is a challenge for them, right? Those types of things are where they need to focus on, because that's the major difference with these cars compared to everything else. Once you get in the car and you drive it, okay, fine, it's a car. But the charging function is literally very, very different from anything else. And obviously the autopilot thing is so much more advanced than anything else you can find in a car. So those are the two areas I think Tesla needs to focus on. I think as far as the car functions itself, I think it's more fun to let people discover it on their own. Yeah. Because there's just so much to discover, and it's actually a delight, especially with the new features that they come out with all the time. So. But
that's okay, like you or me or a lot of the other guys that want to fiddle around with it. I've seen a lot of older owners, and they want it because electricity, saving this, a safe car. But again, they don't know about all the features and how do I adjust my mirrors? How do I do this? And they don't want to take that time to play with it. Those are the folks that need some help from us.
Yeah, there's
in
a
my
certain
opinion.
yes, no, and I'm not negating that. There's a lot of people that need a little bit more hand holding than others, and that's fine. That could be generational. I think you can put any 10-year-old or a 15-year-old in this car, and they'd have it figured out in 2 seconds. That's a generational thing, I think.
Yes.
But even myself, there's times I'm hunting and packing and stuff. But thank God for the voice command, so it really works. I think we're gonna go for lunch.
Let's do it.
Let's do for lunch. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you next time. See ya.
Bye.